Hey everyone, it's Pastor Paul here. We're going back to our prayers for the week. I apologize, the last couple weeks it's been a little crazy getting them up, but I think it's important that we keep doing that. And so I'd like to talk to you again about what we need to pray about this week. As you notice, we're in a different place today. We're here with our new boilers. We're sort of in the bowels of the building. The reason why I'm sort of at the low point here in the church is just to remind us that sometimes we can feel like we're in the low point. We feel like we're in the bowels of everything that's not going well in our lives. We think of that we're walking through not such an easy time in our lives. And I think it's important to acknowledge that and to be reminded that these things happen. And prayer is not about not going to miraculously change everything. I think that's the other thing when we think about prayer. Prayer is not about everything miraculously changing, and so everything that you're worried about just goes away. What prayer is about is it reminds us that we need to change our perspective. Prayer is about changing our perspective and being reminded that we still are going to go through bad things. We're still going to go through hard things, but that God is with us. And these challenges that we have in our lives can lead us down two different roads. You know, a road where it can destroy us, or a road that we can learn from that and make positive changes in our lives, and also feel gratitude when we need to feel gratitude, and also just know that that we're not alone in all the process. I think so many times when we feel like we're down here, down in the dumps, down in a very hard place, that we feel like we're isolated, alone, we feel hopeless. And prayer is reminding us that we don't go through life alone, and that life and that God walks through us each day of our lives. So let's take some time today and pray. Pray about those things that you feel are really hard on your heart right now, things that are really giving you a lot of anxiety, things, a lot of uncertainty. Pray about what's going on with our schools right now too, and just life in general, how everything is beginning to shift a little bit again. And so how do we deal with that situation? How do we look at that situation? So let's take some time and pray. Thank you, Faye, for playing that wonderful music for us today. And again, you notice that prayer changes our perception. And prayer always leads us back here to the cross. Prayer reminds us that Jesus came to this world so that we knew we are not alone, that we have a companion that's with us on the journey. So I want you to think about that this week as you go through the rest of your week. Know that you're not alone. All these prayer concerns that you were praying today about are ones that are on God's heart as well too. Now the hard part with prayer again is to listen. Listen for that voice of God telling you where God is at, what God is up to in your life. So this week I want you to take some time, listen to that voice of God, listen to that small voice, and do your best to follow what that says. And the hard part too about listening is that God works on God's time, which unfortunately is not our time. And I know the frustration of that. So I want you to know that lifting stuff in continuous prayer can take a while. And that's not a bad thing. And that's not God saying, not necessarily no, but maybe not right now. But maybe the answer to your prayer is no. And then maybe God is giving you something instead. I remember my answer of whether I should be a doctor or not was no. And that was really hard for me to digest. But what I remember from that too is that I was said, yes, why don't you be a pastor instead? And that's been one of the best decisions that God has given me all my life. And I really appreciate that. So sometimes the answer is no, but there's something else instead that you get asked to do. So think about these things for this week. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Take care. God bless. You'll see the midweek service on Wednesday, and then Funny Friday. I'm going to hopefully film that before I leave for vacation. You take care. God bless. Have a great rest of your day.